Hello, Patriots. Today is Sunday, December the 12th, 2021, and I'm at the Restored Republic via a GCR update by Judy Byington. All right, she has the quote here. My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. JFK Jr. is Q, and if you think the son of the storm won't win this war, I have to say that I was born to handle these kinds of situations. John F. Kennedy Jr. U.S. Army is ready to deploy. Are you ready for the storm? It's coming now. If U.S. Army write the same exact phrase as in Q Post, it means the Q Army is real and ready to roll. Let's go. Have you seen the mega storm and tornadoes on fake news TV? This is all connected. The storm is upon us, my fellow American patriots. Trump plus Q, Saturday, December 11th. Judy note, on Thursday, December the 9th, JFK Jr. declared, my fellow Americans, the storm is upon us, while on Saturday, December the 11th, Trump plus Q wrote, the storm is upon us, my fellow American patriots. The global currency reset was awaiting a black swan event and market collapse, which appeared imminent with last week's default of Chinese real estate giant Evergrande. And then on December 11th, Iraq was celebrating their 100th anniversary and expected to announce their sovereignty before the end of the celebration. The Iraqi News Gazette reported that the U.S. military has ended combat operations in Iraq, a key to Iraqi sovereignty and requirement to revalue their currency. So the Iraqi dinar, which is known as the kingpin of the global currency reset, I guess it's where it all starts, on Monday, December the 6th, did in fact revalue the dinar to $11.90, with it going upward in value ever since, and to pay out the GCR bonds have been moving in Zurich, and some in Tier 3 have been paid partial amounts. On Friday, December the 10th, a number of large whale 4A groups, including paymasters and group leaders, made arrangements to fly on private jets to appointments. Since Wednesday, December the 9th, Redemption Center personnel who would exchange or redeem Tier 4B, that's us, the internet group, foreign currency and Zim bonds at the new international rates, have been on duty 8 a.m. through 9 p.m. and were told they would be working this weekend. So that is just some updates on the global currency reset. Now this is the real news for Saturday, December 11th. Restored Republic. All right, so security operation for Queen's death includes social media blackouts. Now remember, the Queen's death is a marker, and I believe it's the last marker, according to Charlie Ward. But this is the secret documents reveal scale of funeral strategy and government anxieties over resources. The UK government's vast security operation to manage the immediate aftermath of the death of the Queen include official social media blackouts and a ban on retweets. These plans, codenamed Operation London Bridge, which were first revealed in a Guardian long read in 2017 and have now been seen in full by Politico, detail the scale of the arrangements for the funeral and government anxieties about whether the UK has the resources to execute them. And so it's called, Operation London Bridge falling. And it's as soon as that's announced, that is a big marker. Epstein's infamous Black Book will be presented to the Maxwell jury. The government wants to show the jury excerpts from a magazine that was kept in the homes of convicted Jeffrey Epstein and allegedly contains information about underage girls who were lured. According to unverified data, the Black Book may contain the names of some representatives of Hollywood and the political elite. Well, of course it does. That's why they don't want you looking and watching this trial. They don't want people to know about it. Otherwise, it's the biggest trial of the century. So, you would think that they'd be all over it, but no. Prosecutors once dropped a case 2 weeks after filed. Wonder why they would do that. Maybe because they're covering for her. Midwest tornadoes. Storms strike U.S. Kentucky governor fears dozens are dead. This is a pretty massive tornado strike, I mean, it looked like it leveled towns. And I heard it was more than 100 dead, actually, in 5 more states. Devastating swarm of tornadoes ripped through 6 U.S. states, killing more than 70 people in Kentucky and leaving a trail of destroyed homes and businesses along a path that stretched more than 200 miles. And it says the powerful twisters, which weather forecasters say are unusual in cooler months, demolished a candle factory and the fire and police stations in a small town in Kentucky, tore through a nursing home in neighboring Missouri, and killed at least 2 workers at an Amazon warehouse in Illinois. So I'm sure that this is some type of weather warfare HAARP created event. I mean, there are no coincidences. I don't know if they're hiding something or it's retaliation. I don't know. But I feel pretty certain. I can't confirm it, of course, but seems to me like with everything that's going on, this is a false flag kind of distraction, or, they're trying to hide something. Who knows? WikiLeaks releases moon landing scene filmed in the Nevada desert. This is from Charlie Ward. And my understanding is what happened, and this is from Gene Decode, that they did go to the moon the first time they went to the moon, Neil Armstrong and all that. But when they landed, there were reptilians standing on the edge of the crater, and they were told not to come back. And that's why we never went back. And maybe they did another, it's possible that they had to fake these subsequent moon landings because they couldn't go back. That's my guess. Wars and rumors of wars. This is a war. They want everyone so that the next generation will be sterilized and ill. These people are evil. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. It's horrifying, isn't it? Putin, the conflict in the east of Ukraine looks like genocide. Negotiations on a peaceful settlement of the Ukrainian crisis have reached an impasse, the Russian Foreign Ministry says. It does appear that Putin and Russia will invade Ukraine. It looks like it's imminent. Any of the talks that he has had with the US or NATO really have not gotten very far. Because basically NATO keeps trying to bring in some of those Eastern Bloc countries to keep Russia from taking back, some of those countries. And, NATO is basically the globalists. They don't like Russia because Russia supports or doesn't support the globalists, the New World Order, and so forth. The Biden administration has put on hold the critical military aid which is to be sent to Ukraine. I don't know why he did that, but maybe because he has no money. Maybe because the government is bankrupt. So he has to cover for it and say, I'm going to put it on hold. China has committed genocide against the Uyghurs. A tribunal in the UK has ruled absolutely 100%. The stuff that did to the Uyghurs is horrific. Organ harvesting and things like that. It's really, really sad. Israeli warplanes are preparing to simulate an attack on Iran, while the heads of the country's defense departments are meeting with the United States to plan a worst-case scenario for the destruction of Tehran's nuclear facilities. So, Israel is trying to start a war with Iran, basically, the globalists. And, that appears just like with Ukraine and Russia and NATO. It appears like something's going to happen there as well, because you don't know what Iran's going to do in retaliation if they do try to hit nuclear facilities. And there was an article I saw yesterday that the group that's supposed to, facilitate, watching over these nuclear facilities in Iran, it's like a UN group, I guess. Iran says that they suspect Israel had sabotaged these cameras and things to see what's inside the nuclear facilities.